Okay, we're going to go over some fundamentals of turning. The principles of turning are I have to have a control side and I have to have a turning side. It doesn't matter which side I'm using for control of turn, but I have to control the opposite side that I'm turning. When my opponent is in prone position, what I want to do is get in what's called opposite leg ride, and that is my feet are on the opposite side of his body as my head. So my head's on his right side, my feet are on his left side. I want to have one of his legs in between my two legs, and I'm pushing my hips in so that I can keep him flat. If he gets his hips up, I'm not going to try to turn him. But as long as he's flat, I can try to turn him. So the control side, if I'm going to drive him to turn him, this side is going to be my turning side, so I can turn him with a half Nelson. That means this side will be my control side. I have to have control of this side. When I'm doing a driving turn, there are three basic ways to control the far side. The first one is a block. So this arm, I'm going to block. I block his arm with my arm. Now I put my turning side on. In this case, it's a half Nelson. Once I get this half Nelson, now I cannot turn him if my legs are on top of his legs. So I get the half Nelson, I got my control side, I have to T out. So I'm going out here like the letter T. All right? Now I don't want to drive straight across like the letter T. What I want to do is drive at an angle right here. So his head is pointing at 12 o'clock, his shoulder points straight out at 3 o'clock, and I want to drive halfway in between that. Now there's three ways that I can turn. I can pry, I can pull, or I can pinch. This is a prying. I'm going to drive with my feet and get my elbow up in the air. My elbow in the air. So one of the ways I can get my elbow in the air is I can do a sit out. So I'm driving, I sit out like this. By putting my leg, doing a sit out, it helped me jack his arm up and get my elbow in the air. Now from here, I'm going to hip heist, and I'm going to put my elbow, my left elbow, on the mat behind his head. Hip heist, so my left elbow is behind his head. Notice my right arm is still in control of his far side. From here, I'm just going to stay on my toes and drive. Now, my arm is still on his back. Now, he's not happy right now. I'm going to put my chin up in the air, and I'm going to arch my back and get on my toes, lift his head up, and that's how I get the pin. All right? Okay. Your turn.